Hi, and welcome to Carolina Varsity's 2013 look at the NCHSAA playoffs. I'm Dale Ross.
And I'm the pet man, Matt Morrow.
And Matt, the next game we'll take a look at will be number 11 Lake Norman, or excuse me, number 11 Richmond, going over to play number 6 Lake Norman in the Madden Ladowski shut. Yeah, I think that's going to be for me, I think this is going to be a real interesting ball game because you got that spread speed type of option offense, and I got to mention that because Richmond puts a lot of speed into how they run that option. It's not your normal little option that we talked about with the Alexander Central for sure.
Right.
And of course, Lake Norman, they've got a dynamic dual threat quarterback that. Your Richmond fans, I'm sure if you can just enjoy for just a little bit your opponent, you'll probably enjoy watching this guy put up nearly 500 yards or more of total offense, because he's going to do it. He's done it in almost every game. He did it against the 10-1 Mooresville team. So what's to say he can't do it against Richmond?
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, this is going to be a fun one to watch. It was on my short list, but we decided to go somewhere else. But the key for Lake Norman here is the quarterback for Richmond Flowers. If he doesn't play, which it looks like from what people are saying he's not going to play, I think you key their backs in the option attack first. If they're showing maybe a dive read, then take that dive read. If your end is playing quarterback, contain, don't go right at him, make him cut back inside where your help is. Key to backs first, and then Lake Norman's not the most athletic team. I think that's why Mooresville was able to throw the ball on them, pretty well. So I'd play that and play your option attack first, and then play a soft zone coverage behind. Don't give Richmond an opportunity to maybe beat you over the top on a big play. Offensively, I think they mix their looks early on. I know they usually put Ladowski in the shotgun and let him run and throw and do whatever. I think you go early up top on a big play because Richmond has had trouble all season long with two things: spread offenses and dual threat quarterbacks. And this is probably the worst possible matchup Richmond could pull here. You go back to their game against Butler, and Anthony Ratliff had an absolute field day against the Richmond defense. And I think he had over almost 600 total yards of offense against Richmond. And like you said, Ladowski's been doing that all season. He's got two really good receivers, and Joyner, according to Max Preps, which all teams don't enter their information in Max Preps, but grain of salt, Joyner is listed as the 4th leading receiver in the nation in terms of yardage. So if you're Richmond, your secondary needs to focus on where Corey Joyner is at all times. I think your front 7 is all eyes on Ladowski, and then you got to make someone else beat you. So I have a corner and safety locked on Joyner's side at all times. And you can play what we call some combo coverage, where you're doubling Joyner, manning everyone else, and then all your defensive line and linebackers are focused on where Ladowski goes. I mean, it sounds crazy, but you got to try some unconventional things because this kid hadn't been stopped all season long.
Yeah, I think I would employ, again, we talked about it last week, is the spy.
All right.
And Richmond's got the athletes to be able to probably have a strong safety that could maybe come up and play that position. I wouldn't use a linebacker or anybody like that. I'd use a strong safety, somebody who's got feet and the legs to maybe keep up with him. But that's one way to handle said type of dual threat quarterback, is that guy's responsible for him, and You know, a lot of times that guy ends up being an unblocked guy.
Right.
You know, because nobody has an accountability for that guy. So you know, you got the right guy that you can put in that position. You can really make things a lot difficult. Of course, now you've taken a safety out of your coverage picture, and you know, if Ladowski's proven to be able to exploit that, so
That's right.
you know, it could be a fun ball game. But you know, you mentioned what Ratliff had, and when I watched that Butler Richmond game on Time Warner Cable, man, he just had a field day, both in the air and on the ground. And you got to think in your mind that Ladowski's probably going to be able to have similar success.
Right.
So I think it's really going to come down to can Lake Norman stop that Richmond? Can Richmond execute the triple option now with a new quarterback at hand?
Yeah.
How well they can execute it, then of course if they can execute it, can Lake Norman stop or slow it down? What do you think? I think it's going to be a high-scoring ball game.
I think it's going to be a fun, high-scoring game to watch, and I tell you, I'm ready to see the highlights from that one already.
There you go. There's going to probably be a whole highlight reel just from that one game.
Yeah.
Okay, well there you go. You guys enjoy the game up at Lake Norman. Thank you.
We're gonna walk inside and guess what's up? Put the food on my plate. That's a Coca